Hey, what's up guys? Matt here. I want to welcome you to my Star Wars Rogue One review. So how this review is gonna play out here, I'm going to do a little bit of a spoiler-free review for you at the beginning, and then I'm going to do a hard cut to a spoiler-filled review of the movie. I'm going to start by telling you if you should go see the movie, and then I will get into what I liked and didn't like and all things like that. You should absolutely go see this movie. This movie was an amazing movie. Beautifully shot, beautifully edited, characters amazing, the story was great, everything just perfect. You should absolutely go see it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you should go see it. I would say if you're a Star Wars fan, absolutely go see it. If you're a normal movie fan, go see it because it's a great movie. And if you're just a person who doesn't like Star Wars, I wouldn't go see it. Only because it's a lot of Star Wars. So some things I liked about the movie, it was hilarious. Probably the funniest Star Wars I'd ever seen, because I've seen them all, and this one is just really funny. I didn't think of Star Wars being that funny. I knew there was a lot of things going on in Star Wars that weren't funny, but this movie just really brought in the puns, it brought in the funny characters, brought in the funny everything. It was just a really funny movie. Felicity Jones was a fantastic female lead. She really portrayed the character very well. She was very strong and independent, and she really worked well with all the other characters. There wasn't a character that I didn't like about the movie. All of them were really great. The only character I didn't like, because I knew he was a bad guy from the start. So yeah, I just kind of spoiled the movie there, so I'm gonna yeah, so all the characters were great. There was none that I didn't like I just said. The only thing I really kind of noticed that I didn't like, which it's a very small dislike, the only thing that brought me out of the movie, there was some CG in the movie, and I could tell that it was CG. They used CG previously, and it worked very well. I didn't notice it at all until this CG, which I'll get into in the spoiler-filled portion. I just noticed that it kind of was a little off, so it kind of just took me out, and I kind of realized that it was CG. But that was really my own complaint, and that is just me as a movie freak. But if you want to go see this movie, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic movie. You're not going to be disappointed. And it really does a great job of telling the story of what happened in between the Star Wars episodes, Episode 3 and Episode 4. It's just a great movie. Go see it, please. So here is the spoiler-filled version of the review. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go see it. Like I said in the spoiler-free review, absolutely go see it. So, what I said, the bad guy, who I knew was a bad guy from the beginning, was Cassian. That character, I didn't like him very much, but it was okay. It didn't take me out of the movie. I just really didn't like him throughout the movie, because he killed the guy in the very beginning who was trying to help him, which I didn't like, and it kind of, whoa. But great storytelling, by the way. That was incredible how they did that. He was going to kill Jyn's father, which he shouldn't have gone through with it, but, I mean, it was really weird to see, because the rebels were kind of trying to be like the Empire, and it just wasn't very cool. So Jyn's father, Galen, was a rebel, but he was working for the Empire, and he actually helped build the Death Star. But the entirety of the movie was about getting the Death Star plans back. So, in the very beginning of the movie, Jyn's mother dies. Jyn's father is taken away to the Empire to help build the Death Star, like I just said. And Jyn runs away and then is saved from one of her friends who was one of her dad's friends, so a rebel. And the whole premise of the movie, Jyn is trying to find her dad, who then is trying to find the Death Star plans to help the rebels because her dad died. And the reason she's trying to get the Death Star plans, because her dad made the Death Star be able to be blown up. And that was really what the rebels wanted to do throughout Star Wars. So if you've seen the other Star Wars, you know kind of what's going on. Now, going into this movie, I didn't even think about all of them dying, and they did at the very end of the movie. Every single one of them. All the rebels that were in the movie, so you never see these people ever again in any of the stories or any of the movies, because they're all dead. I feel like they played that very well, though. you didn't think about that because it's kind of its own standalone movie. It's not part of the six because it's 3.5 in between 3 and 4. And it was really well done how they did that. They killed the blind guy. Hilarious. He was really funny. They at one point they put a bag over his head. They were putting bags over everyone's head, and then they put a bag over his head, and he said, "Are you kidding me?" And I had to think a second, and then I realized that he was blind. So putting a bag over a blind guy doesn't really do anything. He died, and then his friend Baze was helping him, and he died shortly after. And that was just a really heartbreaking scene because you knew he really wanted to help, and he just couldn't. And then in the end of the movie, you see the main characters, Jin and Cassian, die, and that was okay. They did a really good job kind of ending the story there. But I want to talk about what I was talking about in the spoiler-free review about the CG, the computer generation that I didn't really like, was Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. The Grand Moff Tarkin, he was great. That because he's dead in real life, they used CG to make him look real and alive, and they did a spectacular job on him. He was in there a lot, so they had to make sure he was perfect. But Carrie Fisher, her Princess Leia, it was a little off at the very end. She turned around and you saw her, and it didn't really look the same. But then again, they didn't have to do that throughout the entire movie. All in all, I didn't have any gripes other than that CG part. And that really didn't take me out of it too much, but I mean, it's just something I noticed. But yeah, it was a really fantastic movie. I want to go see it again. It was really great. I want to go see it again so I can see some new things that I missed. But yeah, if you enjoyed the movie, leave a like. If you enjoyed the movie and want to talk about some things, you please leave a comment or anything like that and let me know what you think of the movie. And if you like this video, subscribe please. And hope you guys had a great day. I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to go see Moana with my girlfriend Sandy, and that's going to be amazing. So yeah, you guys have a great day. Peace!